Welcome everyone. Good morning and welcome to our first ever webinar that is organized by Han and Cuman. So I'm Ellen. I'm your host today. Okay, right, I'm going to start right now. Okay, so we all know that COVID-19 has been a game changer for all of us here. So regardless of which industry that you are in, so today we are proud to share with you that how we are adapting to this new normal with new retail. So today's topic, we are going to share about what is new retail and how the world's third largest clothing company succeeded in new retail. So before I'm going to start this, I would like to have everyone to pay attention on, due to the essence of time, that we wouldn't be able to answer all the questions immediately. So should you have any questions or inquiries, please leave it at the comment box below, and we will be answering them at the Q&A session later after the presentation. Okay, so without further ado, let me give you guys a brief introduction on the organizers and also our speakers. So we have Han Enterprise Solutions, who is the global leading ERP consulting implementation company that connects enterprise management and information technology knowledge to help companies to achieve digital transformation. Then we have Cuman. Cuman is a big data analytics and behavioral science company that predicts and influences human behavior. So today we are so proud that we have invited Mr. Colin Ng, who is the Consulting Director of Han Enterprise Solutions. He specializes in project management and implementation of Oracle, SAP, and hybrid commerce applications. He has more than 30 years of working experience in IT management consulting in different multinational, where you can see he has been in Sony, Ernst & Young, Panasonic, and today he's here with us in Han. And also we have Mr. Kyu Yok Link, who is the Executive Director of Cuman. He has more than 20 years of experience with large organizations, such as the financial services industry, government, to provide innovative solutions. And he has assisted customers with transformation needs, from big data analytics to AI and behavioral science. So without further ado, I shall welcome Colin. Over to you, Colin.
I'm Colin from Han Enterprise Solution, as Ellen had mentioned. I've been in the consultancy for about 20 plus years and about 6-7 years in accounting. Okay, so what I'll do is we'll share the agenda. Basically, today we'll talk about the insight and the trends of the new retails. Also, we will share how the U brand excel in the new retail. This is more not a case reference that you can refer. And after that, I'll pass it to Yok Ling to talk about the moving on, how we optimize the customer experience and the revenue. So without further ado, I will go to the next slide. Okay, the new retail, basically this was first coined by Jack Ma in 2016. So there are many different definitions, but I think now PwC has prepared a very more complete one. Okay, so from the new retail, basically you look at the sales channel now. A lot of the thing happening is that people start to talk about retailtainment, right? So if you go to a offline store, then you can see there's AR machine that available for you to try your clothing. Also can try other bags. You can look at certain bags. So this is retailtainment, which is very different from traditional retail. Also from sourcing and production, we talk about AI, do analytics. Then from there, we can have a more B2B digital commerce and co-sourcing. So supply chains is more automated, and you can see that more and more sharing of in Singapore, especially like you see Ninja Van, okay, speed post that are optimizing the delivery to the customer. Also from product development, it's become more dynamic. Okay, based on the customer preferences, the product development is changing. So now basically it's more dynamic and more customized to the respective customer. Marketing point of view, you see now marketing, you will see a lot of posting from the social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, so and also Instagram, that there are a lot of marketing campaign that's posting to the consumer. So these are some of the key changes in the retail. Next, please. Okay, so just take a step back. What is retail? I think just have a recap. Based on the Enterprise Singapore estimates, right? There are about 22,000 establishments in Singapore, right? So this is the majority of the establishment are in the mall, and also if make up 1.4% of the GDP, and contribute to 33% of the total employment. So if you look on the right hand side from the Asian retail trend, okay, these are basically looking at Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. So if you look at the trend from 2011 to 2015, which growth of 4%, when it comes to 2016 onwards, the growth is about 15.5%. So you can see that the retail is the entire industry, they are growing. The volume has been growing. Okay. So for maybe we just look at what are the key new trends in the new retails. Okay, so if a lot of time we are talking about online to offline to social. So the new term that we are talking about is the all-channel sales. So the sales can be from the online, can be from the store, also from certain social media. Okay, so these are the key trend changing. So when there is a launch of the product, typically we will push to all the channels that help to increase the sales. So at the trend change, people start to research online. So a lot of time they will see a QR code of a certain product, then they start the online search. Okay, then once they do on the site, some people prefer to go to the store and take a look and feel the product, then they buy. So a lot of things now people are thinking of buying online because it's much cheaper. Okay, typically like Shopee, Lazada, typically you have certain additional promotion, also certain price scheme that is much better than the offline store. So I think also based on this, we are seeing that there is an increase in 80% of the buying probability. Okay. So redefine retail. So what is new retail? Okay, so you can see, well, we basically look at the three areas from the people, from the products and to the place. Okay, so more and more people are looking they'll find the product which they are interested in, then they do a compare. Once they compare, they'll buy. Okay, so when it comes to products, is typically we want to provide a better service, and hopefully the customer will return back to buy more product from us. Also, then the delivery. So when we talk about offline sales, online sales, the people prefer that due to the COVID-19, right? A lot of people prefer to be all the goods to deliver to them instead of going to the mall, going to the supermarket and purchase. Then of course, it must provide a very convenient way of making payment. So now you can link to your credit card. Now even the Alipay, WeChat Pay, all this can be used to make payment. Then places then you can use share. I think that now we have a lot of user content community. So this data we'll share a bit more. People will start to share their experience, their know-how of this product. So then we create a new trend for the consumer. So this is what we can, from a retail point of view, we can leverage on this new platform and share with the consumer group. Okay. So okay, we'd like to share some of the survey that was done by the Retail Economics. Okay, looking at different age range, right, from 16 to 24, 25 to 34. So the age range. If you can see from here, okay, the key product that is people are more interested and looking at is there's a high probability to going to a new retail will be books, right? There you can see that from the 25 to 54 years old, you can see the percentage is very high. The next product category will be clothing, right? And electricals. So these are the more common product that typically moving into a new retail, especially for clothing. You can go online, offline. You can go to the shop. You can do an AR using the AR to try the different clothing. The trend is increasing. So this is what we are mentioning as a new retail. So the next one we will be talking about what are the customers looking for in this new normal, and also using this new retail, how do we what are the customers looking for? So if you look at here, the survey from the retail economics, okay, a lot of the people, they are looking at the lowest price, right? So the trend is people are comparing price through different online shop, even to your individual, our own e-commerce platform. So low price make a lot of difference now, right? Then the other part is on the cost of delivery. If we have do more online shopping, you know that we understand that delivery now always are included, right? It's always, most of the time, are free delivery. Also product availability. So these are the key consideration point that most of the end consumer are looking at: lower price, cost of delivery, product availability, also speed of delivery. So these are the new trend. Okay, so what are the retailers are doing now? Yeah, from the survey that we can see that a lot of people are investing heavily in mobile. Okay, so they have their own apps, even connecting to mobile payment, to coupons, to even the promotions, coupons. So this 75% of retailers, they are doing a lot of investment in the mobiles. Also, 55% of the retailer, they are looking at bringing technology into the store, right? iPad on the shop floor, right? They can browse the product with an iPad to see what is available. Also, investing a lot in the cutting edge technology. For example, the AR and AI. Okay, AR is now we can see a lot of trend, especially in China, and Southeast Asia is picking up. People was using AR to give a better customer experience. Okay, so the rest are looking on the 29% of them are looking at the redesign online presence, right? Yeah. So now what we will share is on the U brand, how they excel in the new retail. So this case is actually in China, but I think it's applicable to Southeast Asia that we can refer. Okay, so about U brand, okay, they are the third largest apparel retail enterprise. Okay, so they enter into China market in 2001. Okay, and now they have about, as of October 2019, they have 774 stores in China. So now they are the leading brand in the Japanese clothing retail market. Okay, so they have launched their e-commerce business in China in 2008. Actually, they use Jingdong as part of the platform, but the data we'll share a bit more. They based on the new trend, new retail, so that Jingdong is not sufficient to cater for the change, cater for the demand. Okay, so they also continuously refresh sales record in Tmall Double 11. Okay, Tmall is 10 miles. So basically in China, there's always a Double 11 event. So you can look at the trend in 2017, U brand, they ranked first in the sales of urban clothing. So 2018, their sales exceed 100 million in just 35 seconds. So you can see the volume that are coming in for during the Double 11 event. So in 2019, okay, they break it into 500 million in 16 minutes, and the fastest historical sales exceed 1 million. So you can see that from the level, just a day only, you can see the the volume of the campaign is coming in. Okay, so next. Okay, so the growth of the EU brand, okay, currently what they want to do is to provide a greater experience to the consumer. Okay, so I think some of the consideration they are looking at is compatibility, right? So the solution need to meet characteristic of e-commerce business in Chinese market, right? Also stability and security, right? I think now a lot of when there's the high volume, they need to have a very stable e-commerce platform that they can cater for the volume. Okay. Also flexibility. Okay, so I think later we'll share a bit more. They are creating a lot of innovation even in their own e-commerce site now. So this must be flexible and based on the current consumer expectation, then we need to innovate and provide it in our online platforms. Okay, so integration and scalability. So currently, EU brand, they are considering to expand this e-commerce platform to the rest of the region. So they need a very solid environment that they can expand their platform to Southeast Asia and other countries. So also they need to integrate back to their backend system, which is a traditional ERP. Okay. So core function they have built from the system point of view or from the e-commerce platform point of view. Okay, so if you can hear, it's quite common nowadays. We always have PC web page, then the H5 maybe mainly cater for the mobile devices, and in China it's very popular. They have the WeChat mini program. Okay, so they can shop within the WeChat, also mobile apps. So these are the key function they have built. Okay, so the result of this key function they have built is that they create a high traffic and high concurrency requirement to meet the high traffic and high concurrency requirements. Okay, can also support the flexible business model. So this is what the core function they have built into their environments to cater for the growth. Okay. So I think this part, this is more technical. I will keep it simple. I just want to share is that to reduce the total cost of ownership, because they need to cater for the dynamic changes to the demand and also the volume when they have a promotion. So what they have done is from a traditional way of they dismantle their current system, okay, using microservice architecture and also using the cloud infrastructure. So they only invest a small amount in their own data warehouse, data center, okay, to cater for basic daily transactions. Then when there's the request to build, to cater for the marketing campaign like W11, so they actually use the cloud infrastructure to handle this. So this will help them to reduce their total cost of ownership. Okay, with these changes, they managed to achieve 780 orders per second. This is a very high volume that we are looking at. So, and the accumulate and process order on the day is about 5.4 million order that have been created. Okay. So from the sorry. So currently, what they are looking at is they are building up a very strong and robust system and cater for constant innovation, right? Also enhancing the customer experience. So the benefits they have achieved is global visibility of the warehouse inventory. Okay, once they expand to Southeast Asia, they can see globally their on hand. Currently, they will be able to see all the stock on hand inventory, so that if there's certain thing that they can do some internal transfer or change or get the customer to collect it from another store. So this really help them a lot and create more customer satisfaction. Also cross-channel order execution. Okay, EU brand have built a order management platform that consolidate all the order from different channel, like from the offline, online, even from the social media, even their some Tmall store. So they manage to consolidate the order and optimize their supply chain delivery. Okay. So with these changes, they also achieve the online and offline membership benefits, right? So from a customer experience point of view, I have a membership. Whether I go online, I'll go to the store, social media, all these are integrated. So they can achieve all the membership, all the member-related benefits. Okay. And also, end of the day, created a better customer experience. Okay, so these are some of the key points that we want to share, that the so-called innovation for you brand. Okay, so normally we will go to a shop, you buy a pants, you may need to order. I think for Southeast Asia, ordering a pen is quite common. So now they can do this online. Okay, they can buy the pants, and based on the measurement, they can inform the store to order, then they go and collect it. So this can be changed, can be done online. So also they have this shirt semi-order. Okay, for guys, I think a lot of people, our collar size, our sleeves length, okay, typically you can order. So there is a predetermined length and the collar size that allow customer to choose. Then from there is more semi-customized shirt for the consumer. Okay, so another innovation they are creating, sorry. Another innovation they are looking at is customized T-shirt. Okay, so there are some graphic that is available. If customer wants to have their own photo, they can actually send it to the store or the shop to get this customized and print it on the T-shirt. So these are more customer-driven type of the innovation that they have created. Okay, so the other thing is we want to share more is the UGC. Okay, within their e-commerce platform, they create a UGC community where the consumer will share their experience. Like for example, you can see from the picture, the lady, they put on the dress, put on the top, then they can share, and sometimes all this become a trend. Then people, if some of the consumer they refer to this picture, they find that this type of match, this matches what they liked, then it create a new trend. So UGC also could help to create a new awareness, new way of matching the clothing. So this actually help to promote the demand for the products. So these are some of the new innovation that are happening for you brand. Okay. So without further ado, we will pass it to Yok Ling. He will talk about how to optimize the customer experience and revenue in the future.
Thanks, Colin. Hi, everyone. Let me share my experience. Okay, after we have learned from Colin some insights and trends in new retail, and in fact, large companies like Ubrand are able to excel in new retail. So what's next? I think we would then need to focus on us internally, right? Where are we now, and how do we move forward? So first and foremost, let's take a stock, right, of what we are doing right now. If you are a retailer, I believe the words business is not usual is pretty usual for you right now. Even before COVID-19 hit us, I think the business is no longer usual for you. And you may have tried a lot of these techniques or methods, right? You may have actually ventured down into trying to get more consumer analysis, understand the consumer behavior. And you may even start to use targeted ads. You have hire agencies even to do social media interactions, right? But ask yourself these questions. Do you gain significant competitive advantage? Do you gain something when you do all this? Unfortunately, I think the quick answer that I received from a lot is a no. The reason is that a lot of your competitors are also doing the same thing. If this particular ability check is not depressing enough, I have some more to share, right? So the first point is mostly pointed to a larger brands or larger platforms. A lot that actually have online recommendation either through a bot or search. They do this particular research and they find that only 18% of the people, of the visitor, thinks that the online recommendation is personalized. I think that's food for thought, right? And if for those of you who actually invest a lot into ads, 75% or 76% of the campaign promotions budget can't achieve paybacks. So you may ask these questions: where are all the target customers? They are there. And the third, and especially for those of you who already have offline shops, right, or have retail locations, just like where Ubrand started in China, is considered a high cost maintenance, right? The people, the rental, and also maintenance. Do you need to actually continue the same way, as in this is a channel to sell, or you need to think, is this possibly that we would need to change a role for them? Is that a point for data collections? And if so, what are the data that you want to collect that's useful to you, right? Do you want to demonstrate service excellence using this? Or is a brand building exercise for you just by maintaining the presence? Or turn it into a collection points, right? Or a mixture of all this. So this is essentially some food for thoughts. Before I started to talk about a structured way of using AI and behavioral science to help to acquire, activate, accelerate, and awake the consumers for you, let's start to have some of these pointers that you can ponder, right? First and foremost, we talk about a path to purchase. So when your customers, no matter online or offline or both, right, venture down into buying something to you, they need to do discovery, they need to find, then they need to sources like what Colin has mentioned, the entire journey, right? Essentially from JD.com, Jingdong, as what Colin also quoted as well, where Ubrand started their online presence. They discovered there's actually 10,000 paths to purchase, right? That's actually a lot. But the good thing is that only 35 of them would be used by 85% of the customers. So what this particular research by JD.com means to you, which means that you doesn't need to optimize every single part of your business. You need to focus on those that have high touch points, right? So just for example, for Jingdong, it's just the 35 of them, not entirely 10,000. The next point also echo what Colin has mentioned. If let's say you are in the sectors where there's no differentiation, you are selling commodities, or you are not owning the brands like your brands, then price will be very important. One of the methods that people use is actually price match guarantee. However, if you are doing it manually, you get your staff to actually go to competitor websites or elsewhere to find all the price, and then you're trying to match that, or even having the low price guarantee. That's very time consuming. But with AI technologies, right now we can really proclaim that this price matching guarantee, you can actually do it automatically based on all the needs that you want, and based on the robots that we can actually plant in your competitor websites and elsewhere, right? The next particular food for thought basically is this particular fact that you have two types of buyings, right? One type of buyings is basically you have thought through, or this is the budget I have, I want to buy this and so forth, right? The other one is impulse buying. And I think you as retailer, you will know the answer. Which one has more margin? Definitely is the second one, right? So the impulse buying will have 3 times more profit margin for you, right? And therefore, scene trickle purchase will be very important, right? You may want to see something from a TV series, billboard, social media posts, and you want to buy there and that. How your current business, no matter online or offline, or you want to move to new retail, enable that. That's point number 1, and related to point number 4 as well, right? That's now I am having this impulse buying because of this scene that I got triggered, and I want to receive it fast. So as Colin mentioned, the back end logistic on how to deliver from the warehouse all the way to your home or the place that you have indicated is extremely important of the entire user experience. Now, let's have a entire workflow setup, right? If you already have been enabled by the new retail infrastructures provided by hand, what's next? You want to get the customers, right? You want to get revenue. So how can you do that? First thing first, I think there are a lot of data will be needed and even generated from all channels interaction. So all channel basically is a term that coined a lot in China. In the Western world, it's called omnichannel, but regardless, it's all the channels that you want to sell or people interact with you, right? The mobile, the social media, the shops, or even sometimes you want to do promotions to emails or to SMS. That's basically it. And while you have your shopkeeper in your shops, the rest you need to power by a very smart bots or smart machines to be able to increase the engagement and therefore lead your consumer to the path of purchase, right? So now I'm going to introduce the concept of consumer life cycle. So what's that? Basically, it's the whole journey that your consumer go through to be able to then contribute to revenue to you, right? The first step is, so we call it 4A, right? The first A is acquire, right? Acquire to a lot of people means different things again, right? To you, it may mean that the first transactions. To other people, it may be the first download or the first interactions with you, right? So regardless, that's the first point of contact of the customers. And if you are blindsided by the fact, maybe by other reading materials, that this is the most important step, it may be very important, but to us, it is only one of the important steps. The most important step is the next one, is what we call as activate. Why I say so, right? Now you bring your customer in with you. They may spend, they may interact with you already. But again, ask yourself, how many of the percentage of your quote-unquote customers or consumers that just transact one with you and they never appear again, right? So likelihood is that you have a large basket of them, right? And therefore you need to enable them to be able to move to the next stage, which is activated. So they will be interacting with you by all the by habits, right? So for example, it could be 5 times in 2 months that they have been interacting with you, depending on the products that you sell. Next is actually on acceleration. Now, if they have buy 5 times to you in 3 months, what's next typically is you want them to spend more, right? So you want to accelerate the spending with you. That's all well and good for the first 3 A's. How about there's a situation where actually what we call as fall asleep. They may be hooked by other retailers. They may be too busy to buy at that particular moment. So they fall asleep. What you need to do is to awake them by means that I'm going to talk about and get them back to activate and accelerate again. So again, ask yourself to do any action, for example, buying, right? It's typically being pushed by these 3 things, right? Number 1 is the nudge. Number 2 is by way of recommend. Number 3 is by rewards. You can do it randomly, but with data and AI, the nudge, the recommend, and the reward can do it in a systematic fashions so that you can go through this all 4 cycle or 4 A's very efficiently. Going back to new retail, right? We have a lot of online capabilities being enabled by new retail, and also offline you can do things like digital screens and so forth. The goals that you want to achieve is for customers, you can have faster product discovery experience. I want to buy something, I want to be able to get that right now from you. And also, you want them to spend more time to browse other products in hope that with some techniques, you are able to get them to buy more, right? Next, from business perspective, you want the salesperson, that includes the bots that you plant in your websites or in your mobile apps or in social media, to be able to have better conversion rates. And you can turn the exhibition space that includes your screen, right, your mobile app screens and so forth, to be able to more efficiently produce the recommendations or things that people want, right? This will be powered by a lot of AI capabilities. For example, natural language processing, right, and also knowledge graph. Natural language processing is pretty tough in the locations that we are in, right? Southeast Asia, right? In Singapore, we have Singlish. In Malaysia and Indonesia, for example, we have Campur Campur, right? We mix all the language together. So therefore, the pod has to be very smart to be able to understand your requirements and to exhibit expert product knowledge. So what do we mean by that? So use back the U-brand example. When we buy a clothes, it could that I want the tops to have cartoons, right? Or I want the bottoms to have cowboy style, right? All this by means of human is easy, but you would tell it to a bot. The bot needs to be smart enough to be able to act in this, right? Now putting it all together, AI and behavioral science will give wider imagination for all of us, right? All the way starting from a network selection, which means where do you select your locations, or right now, touch wood, because of COVID, you have 50 stores and you want to rationalize your business and want to close down 10, which 40 that you want to retain. So that's the first answer that you can seek from AI, right? And of course, you can have all the smart fitting rooms, the smart robots, and so forth. And as Colin mentioned, the omni-channel order executions, how fast you can deliver your purchase to the place that you want, including the dispos and so forth, right? That's become very important. And right now, if you own a brand or you actually get to sell other people's product, you are now able to find the next trend or what's trending at least, and able to generate the recommendation to you of what's next to sell from a product development standpoint or from storing standpoint or by a machine, right? So that's made possible right now. Now getting down to the fits, at the very least, from an AI and behavioral science standpoint, we can actually do very accurate sales forecasts. Go back to China, one of the more prominent company that actually is, I think, is the first web celeb company that lists in NASDAQ called Wuhan. They actually do sales forecasting in a very accurate manner by means of getting public opinions, right? So that's actually something that very, very accurate right now. And of course, we can combine all other data sources to give you very accurate sales forecasting and just-in-time replenishment plan. And going back to step one, you need to have very precise marketing. And with big data and AI, we can actually do that very efficiently. The target benefits, therefore, is you have a much higher product turnover efficiency, and you have higher sales conversion, and very importantly, with behavioral science implant in the steps, you have greater customer experience.
As you can see that we emphasize a lot in improving the customer experience because we believe that customer experience is the new marketing battlefront and is also very critical for every company today. So there's a saying that businesses that act now, plan now, can minimize the economic damage and never be shy to use technology. Okay, so the best retailers use technology to improve their effectiveness and also improve their customers' experience. So think about what tools that we are using right now, that we are currently using to run our stores. Is there any rooms for improvement, or would an upgrade save you money? So we just be honest to ourselves that we are living under this new normal that COVID-19 has brought to us. Like we're having virtual meetings, we are having webinar like right now, and of course we are forced to work from home and still able to stay productive. And also we stay connected with our clients, with our business partners in business, by using technologies. So it is a well-known fact that bringing in technologies in retail sector would help us to improve the customer experience. So if you're interested to find out more, do contact the people stated here. You can contact John Pauly from Han Enterprise and also Mr. Q Yok Ling from Qman. Okay. Yeah, so we will be getting into our next webinar. So our next webinar will be enabling SME in new retail. We will be sharing more like how we can use new retail concept to help the SME, the small medium entrepreneurs, and small medium enterprise. On 8th of July is a Wednesday as well, and we'll be starting at 11 in the morning. And thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending this, and we will be ending shortly. Thank you.